Hello and welcome to our 5 minutes with Ekaterina tips and tricks for learning a language. Today we are talking about the accent and about the tricks on how can you reduce it. If you go to the groups on Facebook where people discuss languages, you will see the real fights about if we should change our accents, if we should remove our foreign accents, and people are so excited about it. Some people are saying, I want to reduce it, and other people are literally attacking them, saying, your accent is who you are, don't do it ever. So today I decided to discuss it. Let me know what is your idea. Do you think that when you learn a foreign language you also need to work on your accent, not only on your pronunciation but on your accent actually? And what is your idea of what accent is? Is it something that shows your individuality, or it's just a bad knowledge of a language? As for me, I think that working on the accent is the last thing you should do when you learn a language. Firstly, in the very beginning, you should only work on your pronunciation and to make sure that you're pronouncing all the sounds correctly. So pronunciation is important and essential. You need to have the sounds that in your target language that you don't have in your native language, and you need to know the difference. Your pronunciation is what people are normally judging on this tests, language tests. They never judge your accent, they never score your accent, they always score your pronunciation. And if you are a beginner or intermediate learner, it's okay. Just relax and don't do anything with your accent. But if you are an advanced learner, and for my advanced students, I always offer some ways to correct their accents and to sound more natural, to sound better. And one of my students shared the story about the foreigner, the English native speaker, who has the proper Russian grammar, a very good pronunciation, but whose intonation is so English-mannered that it's very weird to listen to him. As for me, I do work on my accent in my target language, which is English right now, and I'm trying to reduce my Ukrainian accent, although some people say don't do it. Some people, again, it's a big conversation always. Do we need to do it or we don't need to do it? Again, I'm waiting for comments here. But I don't work on my accent, for example, in Chinese or in Polish, because I'm not at that level yet. Today I prepared for those for you who decided to work on the accent. It's an open question if you should. I think if you're an advanced learner, you should think about it. That will sound better, that will sound more natural. Native speakers would understand you better, you will feed better. All the reasoning behind it, I think it's a good idea to work on it. And if you are an advanced learner, I think about some certain things which create your accent. The first thing you should think about is the intonation, and you need to think where we raise our voice, where we put down our voice, which words do native speakers stress in the language, if it's in the beginning, if it's in the end, do you raise or somehow lower your voice, and what general intonation you have. In order to do it, just focus when you listen to the podcast or watching the news, just focus on what they are doing and try to somehow in your mind copy it, and copy it also when you speak. That's the idea, because now you can fluently say the sentence, you don't think how to build it, but you might have some time and think where to raise your voice or put your voice down. The second common thing where people are making a lot of mistakes is the stress. For example, Ukrainian and Russian languages, you never know where to put stress in the word, and sometimes we are lazy and we don't want to check it in the vocabulary. And if you don't check the stress, you will use it in the wrong way. In Russian language, there are some words where you can put stress in two different vowels, and it will be correct in this way, and native speakers can put it here or there. But my non-native foreign friends who are fluent in it, mean they will put the stress on the different syllable anyway, and it will be as the first or third is correct, and then non-native speaker will put it on the second one. And if you are not sure, always check the stress. Go to any kind of translator, there would be stress. Or I like the wiki vocabulary, wiki words, and they have this declination thing, and they show you the cases and the stresses in different cases. Because if you have cases, the stress will not follow the same syllable. It will follow different rules completely, and you might be confused here. So just read the whole thing with the stresses. Another thing which non-native speakers tend to do is that they don't pronounce the end of the words. In the Slavic languages, you always need to pronounce the end of the words. It is important. If you see the consonant, you need to pronounce the consonant. If you see the vowel, you need to pronounce the vowel. And we always pronounce the endings. We don't have liaison, as in French language, for example. It's never connected to the next one. And you cannot just throw away the last syllable. Exception is some surnames. For example, my surname is Minakova, and when it's a female surname, it's Va in the end. But if it's the male form, Minakova, the V is turning into F and pronounced a little bit slight. Sometimes you cannot hear it. Stepanov, Minakov, it's a short F. Ivanov, it's spelled, but Ivanov, I would say. And this F, you wouldn't hear it in this masculine form of the words ending on ov, only masculine form in their surnames. But all the rest of cases, except maybe some V endings and in other words, all other cases you will pronounce it, and for female form you will also pronounce the vowel in the end. So don't skip it. It makes your accent, and I can hear it pretty well. Also, I would like to remind you that when you speak in Slavic languages, your mouth, everything inside of your mouth is a little bit more tensed, and the consonants are pronounced in more stressed way. I'm not mentioning the R sound, where you do need to roll your tongue. R, rak, for example. Rale, rele, all this rale, you will need to roll your R, but also for this P, V, B sounds, they do need to be stronger, and you do need to stress your mouth a little bit more. And the last thing I wanted to mention today, because there are a lot of smaller things, if you are interested, let me know, and I will create videos separately on each of these problems where I can show you how to correct it. And the last thing I want to mention today is the soft and hard consonants. And the advanced learners, usually they have a very good idea on how to pronounce, for example, L and L. They hear this difference, N, N, P, P, all the small R, R. So every consonant, it has this soft form, but advanced learners, for some reason, they mix in the forms, and instead of soft sign, they will pronounce hard consonant. Instead of hard consonant, they will pronounce it softly, and they just mix it. So make sure that you pronounce hard consonants where it should be hard, and soft consonants when they should be soft. And especially challenging is that L thing, I don't know why, but there are a lot of troubles with it. That's all for today. There are, of course, some more secrets, some more small things, especially on E pronunciation, for example, I didn't mention today. And this is important. This also creates some of your accent. And I hope that you will be more aware, just more aware on these small things that create your accent. Pick one and work on it, then pick the second, work on it, and that's how you can improve your accent. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that was useful. If you like these videos, please consider supporting me on Patreon. The link is below the video, because that's how I know that these videos make a difference, and that's how I create more of it. If you can't, please just subscribe for the channel, put your likes down there, and watch another video together. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to meet you very soon. Goodbye for now.